Alright folks, it's week 4 of the National Football League season. We're starting with a Thursday night game, Chicago at Green Bay. Let's see what we got here. It looks like Green Bay's a 7.5 point favorite. The over-under is at 45.5. And I'm going to keep the over-under under 45. And I think Green Bay wins by exactly 7 points. So take Chicago to cover the spread, even though Green Bay wins outright. All right, moving along. New Orleans at Miami. It looks like the over-under is set at 50, and depending on who you ask, it looks like the New Orleans is a 3-point favorite, depending on most sites you look at. Some have it listed as a pick, but New Orleans is the favorite, no matter which one you use. You know what? This is one of those things where it's like back and forth. Like one team looks really good offensively one week, and the next week they're absolute garbage. So I think the pendulum's going to swing again here. I think New Orleans is going to get a lot of points, but I think Miami's defense is just slightly better. So it comes down to who can run the ball, and I know the Dolphins had a really bad running game over the weekend against the Jets. I think they rebound here. I'm going to go with Miami to win the upset. They win outright, give them the points, and keep it under 50. All right, Carolina, New England. Looks like we have the New England is a 9.5 point favorite. Carolina, 9-point dog, 47.5 the over/under. I'm gonna say go above that for the over. I think a lot of points are going to get scored, and I think New England wins, but they don't win by 10 points. They're not winning by a lot of points this year, in case you haven't noticed. They actually have statistically the worst defense in the NFL right now, so that does not bode well for this team in the long haul. Still, I think their offense is enough to kind of get them over the hump with Carolina. Carolina's not as good defensively as they used to be. Tom Brady's going to throw a lot of touchdown passes, but I don't think they win by 10 points, and they win by maybe 6 points, a touchdown at the most. So New England wins outright, but take Carolina on the points and keep the over-under above 47. Rams in Dallas. We got the Rams as a 9.5 point dog on this one, which is kind of crazy because most other sites have them listed at 6.5. So there's that. I think the Rams win, but it's not going to be by a whole lot. I guess it's going to be kind of it's not quite my shoe-in of the week. Not feeling that confident about it. So yeah, the over is 46.5. I want to say go over, and I think the Rams win by 3 points. And of course, Dallas is listed as a 9.5 point favorite here, which is very unusual. So yeah, just go with the Rams to win outright, and they will cover easily. So just go with the Rams to win. That's all I can say on that one. Tennessee at Houston. Tennessee is a 1-point favorite. Over is 44. I'm going to say keep it under, and I think, man, this is a really tough one. Tennessee win by a point against Houston. Yeah, I think they do. I think they can win that one. I'm going to take the Titans and the points. No reason to get too risky there. Detroit and Minnesota. Sam Bradford may or may not be playing for Minnesota. And Detroit's coming off that fluky loss to the Falcons. There's no line on it yet, but in case you're wondering, I'm going to go with, I think the final tally for the game is going to be under 50, and I think Detroit wins by at least a touchdown. So just use that knowledge, use that foresight, and use that in your own game-picking judgment. Jacksonville against the Jets. Jacksonville is a 4-point favorite. Under-over is 39.5. I can roll with that. There's not going to be a lot of points scored in this one. I think Jacksonville wins by at least 7 points. They should cover easy. Don't even worry about that. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Cincinnati's a 3.5 point favorite. Over is 40. I'm going to say keep it under 40 again. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. And I'm going to go with Cleveland as the underdog to win this one. I think they got it. They can win by at least 4 points. So I feel confident in taking them for the spread and also the win outright. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh is a 1-point favorite. Over is 45. I'm going to go with Baltimore in an upset to win this one. I think it's going to be over 45. So take the points for Baltimore. Yeah, the one gracious point they're giving you. Although some lines have, as you see there, for 3. But even then, I think Baltimore should win by 6 or 7 points. So not really much of an issue there. Buffalo and Atlanta. Are you ready for it, kids? Because this is my upset of the week. Atlanta's listed as a 9.5 point favorite. Over is 49. I think Buffalo wins this game outright by at least a touchdown. So definitely take Buffalo and the points on this one. They'll cover the spread even if they do lose. You got nothing to lose here because the Falcons, if they do win this one, they're not going to win by 10 points. It's going to be a very, very close contest in that scenario. But I don't think it's going to happen because the Bills should win this one outright. So definitely go with the points there. Take Buffalo, and you'll thank me on Monday morning. All right, the Giants and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a 4.5 point favorite. The Giants are still winless. Over is 44. I'm going to say go above that. I'm not going to be greedy. I think Tampa Bay can just win this one very much outright. Philadelphia against the LA Chargers. We're seeing the Chargers as a 1 point favorite. Some even have as a pick even. Yeah, I think Philadelphia wins this one as an underdog. They should win that probably by like 3 or 4 points, or maybe in a full touchdown, maybe. Over-under is 46.5. I'm going to say go above that because at least you can put a lot of points on the board. San Francisco against Arizona. And please ignore the dog in the background. Just please do your best on that one. Arizona's a 7.5 point favorite. I don't like giving Arizona that much of a lead on anything. Over-under is 44.5. I think it's going to be above that one because San Francisco can score a lot of points. You saw that in the game against the Rams. There's no defense at all in the NFC West. I think Arizona wins, but it's not going to be by that high of a margin. They win by a field goal, 6 points tops. So go San Francisco on the points, but Cardinals do win outright. Oakland against Denver. Oakland is listed as a 2.5 point dog in this one. So, and Denver obviously the favorite in this one. Over-under is 47. I think it's going to be under that. And I'm going to go with the Raiders to rebound. I think they get the victory in enemy territory here. So, go with the Raiders to win outright. Take whatever points they give you. You'll be a happy camper. And what do we have here? We have... Uh-oh, we got a puppy. Hold on. Got a little puppy in. Puppy's got to come in and yell at me. My apologies. My apologies for the dead time here. Alright, come in, Mr. Puppy. Mr. Puppy, come on in. We're going to have a puppy make the next pick on this one. He's going to be picking the Indianapolis-Seattle game. Let's see what we have here. I'm looking at a couple different lines here, and Seattle is listed as a 13 point favorite. Wow, that is just preposterously high. But Indianapolis, I don't know, this could be an upset. No, I'm not going to pull the upset trigger. No. So, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this because over is 41. I think it's going to be under that. But Seattle, I think they can win, but it's not going to be by 14 points. I just don't see that happening. Alright, so I think Seattle wins outright, but they do not cover the 13 point spread or the 14 point spread at that. So go with Indianapolis on the points and you'll be just dandy. And lastly, we come to Washington and Kansas City. Kansas City is a 9 point favorite. This is the Monday night game. All Native American iconography in this one. Redskins look really, really good against the Raiders. Chiefs been looking really good. They're rookie Hunt. He's a good boy. I'm gonna take Kansas City to win, but they don't win by 9 points. They win by 6, 7 points tops. Over is 49. Keep that under. So Kansas City wins outright, but Washington does cover. And because I didn't pick one earlier, this will be my shoe-in of the week just because I'm lazy and I forgot to do it. Alright, so those are my picks. I got a puppy coming back, and as always, we don't condone gambling. Illegal wagering on sports is bad. As always, we prefer you take that money and put it in the stock market where there are less restrictions and you can ruin your entire life and financial situation a whole lot quicker. Alright, those are my picks. Take a knee if you want to, take a knee if you don't. I'll be seeing you Sunday.